I am so excited to show my 10-minute no foundation makeup routine. As always, we're going to start off with clean, moisturized skin. I just went in with my skincare and some moisturizer, so let's get into the tutorial. First, we're going in with the Neutrogena Radiant Primer and Serum, and this was a new product for me, but I actually really love it. I think of it as a hybrid step between skincare and makeup because it really does have that dewy skincare effect while being designed to be buildable under makeup. And we're just going to work that into our face, and you can see what I'm saying. Like, it looks like a part of your skincare routine. Next, I'm going to go in straight with concealer. I use 3 concealers. First, I'm going to go in with that middle shade, and it's the e.l.f. Camo Conceal. And I'm going to do that like halfway under my eyes, from the corner of my eye to the middle of my eye, in a roundish triangle shape. I'm also going to conceal the outer corners of my mouth, especially if you have smile lines, but you're going to see later that this helps blend it all together. Then we'll conceal our chin and our forehead as well, all with this middle shade, and then obviously our nose as well. Now I'm going in with the darkest shade, and this is the Say Concealer, and I'm going from the middle of my eyes to the outer corner of my eyes. I'm also going to go over the lip concealer area as well as the forehead and the cheek. Then we're going to go in with our brightest shade, and this is the Maybelline Fit Me, and I'm going to only apply this to the innermost corner of my eye because this is going to be the brightest area of the look. Then we're going to go in with contour. We're not going to blend out our concealer yet. We want that to set. I apply this to above my lips, at the top of my nose bridge. We're also going to do outer contour. This is going to really help our eyes pop and create depth, especially if you have almond eyes like me. It's really going to enhance the shape and add dimension to the look. Something you'll notice here is that my contour is almost a bronzy color. I find it super helpful for a quick makeup look to use more complementary colors and less drastic and harsh colors. I could definitely do a darker contour, but this is going to blend easier and faster. Then I'm going to do my cheek contour, and I apply my contour above my cheekbones. That way when I blend it out, it's lifted. Whereas if you apply it to the well of your cheeks, it's going to drag down your face and look heavier. Now we're just going to let this dry down a little bit more with our fan, and then we're going to go into blend. I prefer blending with a brush, and I start at the inner corner of my eyes. We want to blend out that brightest color first and work our way to the darkest. I spend a good amount of time blending, especially with a no foundation look, because you want it to be seamless. You're really only working with concealer, contour, and bronzer. Now I'm blending out the outer concealer, and I'm just making sure that it blends in with the brightening concealer that was directly under my eyes. And then I'm dragging that out to create a highlighted section that will be directly under our outer contour. This is going to create a nice contrast between the contour at our eyes, the contour on our cheekbones, and then the brightness under our eyes. I'm going to blend out the concealer directly in that mouth area now, connecting it to the concealer that I placed right above my eyes. And this is what I was saying earlier. Placing the concealer there right above your lips is going to help you connect it with the concealer under your eyes and the concealer under your chin. That way it's all one smooth area. If you have darker corners of your mouth like I do, I don't necessarily color correct, but I do spend a good amount of time working on the foundation in this area. Next, I'm going to blend out the concealer on my forehead, and it's going to look a little rough at first because there's no contour or bronzer to blend it into, but that's okay. We're just going to blend it out the best that we can with no other makeup on our forehead. We're going to blend out the concealer on our nose bridge, and I just do this in a sweeping motion going up and down, and then I go side to side for the concealer right on the ball of my nose. Then I'm taking a flat angled brush and I'm blending out the contour on my upper nose bridge, and I'm blending that out into my eyebrows. Then I'm going to go in with that same angled brush and I'm going to blend out our outer contour that was at the corner of our eyes. And it's going to look a little rough now, but we're going to clean it up with bronzer. I'm going to go in with a wider angled brush. This one's more fluffy, and I'm going to go ahead and blend out that cheek contour. And as you can see, it adds a nice snatched and dimensional look to my face without bringing down like the length of my face. It just looks higher and snatched. Then I go back in with the brush I used to blend out my concealer. I don't apply any more product, but I'm just going to go back and forth between my concealer brush and my contour brush to make sure that there's a smooth transition between the two. I also use my concealer brush to clean up under where I applied my contour, just in case I brought it down a little too far. Next, I'm going in with this Say bronzer, and I'm going to apply the bronzer to my upper cheekbones. And as you can see, I'm really keeping it concentrated to like the outer corner of my cheeks. I'm not bringing it too much on like the main portion of my face. Once again, this is to help give us like that snatched look. It's really important that you're not making your features heavy. And then I go and I contour my nose with bronzer. I just feel like it looks better than going in with an actual contour. It still brings back that color and dimension, but it's not heavy. The thing about doing quick makeup and no foundation is you don't want anything to feel too heavy to where you're going to have to take extra time to blend it out to make it look good. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bronze my forehead, and I follow kind of the outline that was left by the concealer on my forehead, just working to blend in that concealer and now add that dimension back to the forehead. Now we're going to set, and I'm going in with the Maybelline Fit Me powder, and I'm going to apply this directly under my eyes where I applied the concealer. As you can see, it has a matte finish, which even though we're doing a natural makeup look, this is really going to help, especially if you have combo or oily skin, because as the day goes on and you produce oil, you're not going to want your face to look oily. So we're just going to go ahead and set. This also helps smooth out the makeup. And I'm basically retracing everywhere that I just put the concealer. Our powder layer is going to help to reinforce everything we just did with our cream products. It's also going to set everything in place, and it's going to help it look just smooth and altogether more refined. So you definitely don't want to skip this step. Next, we're going in with powder bronzer, or in this case, I'm using a Sephora foundation because I struggle finding a bronzer that's dark enough for my complexion. So that's a pro tip. I just picked a warm foundation that would match the natural bronzing shade that I use, and I just go over everywhere that I set my bronzer with, and I use this foundation. We want to be making sure to use a light hand with our powdered products. It's way better to just have to keep reapplying and building up than to put on way too much powder, especially because it can leave it looking cakey or cracked. Next is blush, and I'm going in with this NYX Buttermelt blush. I'm going to use a large fluffy brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of product, and then yep, you guessed it, we're going to go on the uppermost parts of our cheekbone, and we're going to take this down to about the center of our cheek, applying it in gradual layers. That way it doesn't look like it's too much. When you're going for a quick makeup look, I know I've already said this, but you want to have a light hand. You want to use pretty neutral products to you and just build on slowly. That way you can make sure it looks natural. I dust a little bit on my nose, and then we're going in with the NYX Butter Gloss, and I primarily focus on my bottom lip with this, and then I go over it with a clear lip gloss, and we're pretty much done from here. We just have to set using setting spray. This is also a new setting spray for me, and it has a dewy finish. I find that it super well, especially when I'm going for a more natural and quick makeup look, because it helps the overall finish be more skin-like. Then I'm just going to go in with my fan, and voila, we are done. I'm still working with my camera settings, so I know it appears a little bit warm here, but I promise guys, in person, it is flawless. And just like that, under 10 minutes, you have a full face.